All right, guys, we are live on YouTube right now. I think so, anyway. Yeah, okay. I'm shooting this from my phone, guys, so I'm going to try to pull up my laptop real quick. I'm just kind of getting prepped, guys. We're getting started like right now, I promise. But I'm just trying to get a little prepped here so that I can answer your questions, because I know there's going to be a lot of questions here, and we're going to cover those. So we're going to talk about we're going to talk about guitar today. We're going to talk about gear, because that's really our favorite topic. So let me plug in real quick, guys. Had to turn my computer volume off there. So good morning. It is Saturday morning here. You guys know I'm in Florida. That's the awesome thing about YouTube is you guys are from like all over the world. So I probably don't have too many people from Australia, New Zealand, and that area in Asia watching right now, because I know it's like midnight over there. Of course, some of you guys are night owls, so that's cool. Let me plug in real quick, guys. I gotta find my cord. I just finished recording vocal tracks, by the way. I've got a we're getting started here soon, guys. I've got a really cool YouTube release coming up soon. I actually did a melodic death metal cover of a super popular and trending song right now. Man, I'm all disorganized today. Let me put this little thing on my mic. Hold on. Sorry about this, guys. This little fuzzy thing came off here, so I'm just trying to put it back on. There we go. I hope that's not causing too much static noise. I need a new lapel mic. Technical difficulties here. So, guys, let's start out with just a quick jam, and then we're going to dive right into what your favorite guitar is. So, let me turn this on. All right, let's give you some riffs, guys. Now, that is my ESP. I want to turn this off up here because it makes noise if I don't turn it off. So what I wanted to start out with, guys, is I want to know what your favorite guitar for. I don't want to go quite metal yet. I want to say like rock. What is your favorite guitar for more of a hard rock? Let's say like Dawkins, Scorpions, and this is what we're going to talk about today. I want to know what your favorite guitar is, because we're going to give each other some really cool ideas on what to get next, because we all want a lot of guitars. Hey, what's up, Rob? Dude, thank you for joining. So what is your favorite guitar for like rock style music? Not necessarily like heavy metal, but like like I said, Scorpions, Dawkins, Queensryche, that sort of thing. Even going into some of like the hair metal bands, stuff like that. Just post your favorite acts for that style of music. And while you're thinking about that, I will tell you mine. Hey, dude, thanks for joining. I see some people coming on now. I know it's early, guys. It's Saturday, and most of you guys are still sleeping. Hopefully you've had coffee already. I'm drinking my coffee now here. I'm going to show you my favorite rock guitar that I have. Let me reach over here. You guys don't see this a whole lot in the video. Ibanez, yep. So, a Bullet Stratocaster, cool. So, I actually have an Ibanez here, dude. This is the Ibanez Prestige RG 1570. And I've got to change strings on this bad, man. Something happened to my E string here. It's like real floppy and wobbly. I don't even know where it's broken at, but I think like down here somewhere. Anyway, that's for different. So, yep, Ibanez for metal. Man, I see a lot of Ibanez's on here, man. So, okay, yeah, you know what? Somebody said just now, they're a beginner and they got an Ibanez. I think Ibanez, and I'm not like endorsing Ibanez, or they're not endorsing me, rather. you guys know I play ESP mostly for metal, but Ibanez, I think, is one of the better guitar manufacturers for beginner players, and this might be something I cover in a future video. Yeah, so if you're just starting out and you're not quite sure what guitar to get, I would say definitely go with an Ibanez, or if you're thinking about playing guitar, that's kind of a go-to, especially for beginners. But again, this is an older guitar, man, from like early 2000s, the Ibanez RG 1570. I love the silver color here. One of the things I like about this guitar is it's got the old V7 and V8 pickups. These are Ibanez, manufactured pickups. And a lot of people don't like these. And to be honest, I didn't like them at first. When I first started playing this guitar, man, I was like, these pickups are not hot at all. They just kind of suck, and my notes were dying out. But then I learned how to EQ the amp properly, specifically for this guitar. Of course, I play with a lot of good morning, dude. So I can't hardly read names on here because I'm looking at this from my phone, but I can see most of your comments. I'm gonna move this in a little bit closer. When you get older, you can't read as good. I'm just kidding. I can read just fine. But anyway, so this is I like these pickups. I started falling in love with these pickups later. Actually, I recorded, believe it or not, I recorded an entire album with this guitar. My first heavy metal workout album that I released in 2016 was recorded with this guitar. I see LTD on there. Yep, we're going to get to LTD next because I've got one of those I want to show you guys. You guys have seen that in my videos anyway. But yeah, so Ibanez I think is great for beginners. I think it's great for rock guitar. Remember a few minutes ago I said, hey, what's your favorite guitar for like the hard rock? Not necessarily like over the top metal, but for things like, I named off a few bands like Queensryche. I love Queensryche. For a while though, like I love their early stuff, Rage for Order, Operation Mindcrime, Empire, but then after that they almost tried to fit in with the grunge thing that was going on. Like, oh God, please don't do that. All the bands did that, remember? I'm like, crap, do not go that route. Stay in your true roots, man. But then they started getting good again. All right, so we've got an ESP E2 M2. Oh my God, wow. That Jackson there, okay, I saw the Jackson ESP there. Those are some high-end stuff, the E2 series, and we're gonna talk about that as well. So yeah, guys, for like really just straightforward rock and roll music, and the Ibanez, and especially with the if you got the original Ibanez pickups, you've got something like the V7, V8, these are old pickups. Even the ones that come with like the Seymour Duncan and, not Seymour Butts, yeah, I always thought that was funny. But the Seymour Duncan pickups and the DiMarzio, those are really good pickups. Those are really diverse pickups for like, you can play metal with it, but they're really good for rock. But then you can put those bridge pickups on and you just get a really nice fat Strat sound. So this guitar sounds amazing for clean tones. I would play it for you. Again, my E string is broken. So anyway, the next guitar I want to get into, guys, is the one I have for metal. And let me take a sip of coffee. It's almost too early for beer for me. Saturday is like a really good beer day, and we're gonna do that later, but for right now, coffee. Guys, before I get into this next guitar I want to show you, and I know a lot of, comparison. Robert do comparison guitars. I love the idea of having one. And let me tell you real quick, Tom England from the band Evergrey. I don't know if you guys listen to a lot of European metal, but he kind of turned me on to that. So yeah, drinking coffee, dude. Oh, Maiden mug. You got a Maiden mug. I've got a Keep It Metal mug. You get this on my shop. Don't mean to sound like a salesman here, but I do sell these on my shop, jasonstallworthshop.com. So I've got this mug with a new Keep It Metal logo. I haven't ordered my own yet, but that's coming in. So go, like after this video, I'll put the link in the description. Go to jasonstallworthshop.com. By the way, guys, if you're looking for a way to support me, I don't do Patreon or any of that stuff. I sell my music. I've got my CD, Masterpeace CD. I've got a lot of merch, a lot of really cool metal t-shirts and mugs. So jasonstallworthshop.com, just a quick plug. And real quick, before I talk about this next guitar I'm going to show you, I want to do a quick shout out to the guy that's mastered all of my albums to date, and that's Mike Olson. And he's the founder of a band called Ariel's Attic. Mike was cool enough. If you guys remember, several weeks ago, I did a YouTube video on like, what's the best guitar pick to use? The little picks or the big picks, or I should say thin or thick. And Man, Mike Olson, he lives in Sarasota. I'm in the Brandon, Florida area. He's in Sarasota about, I don't know, about 3 hours. It's probably 2 hours away. Maybe 1 hour. I don't know. I suck at counting hours, apparently. But Mike sent me some pics, man. He's like, dude, I'm just going to send you some thick pics because you got to try them. So Mike, dude, if you're watching this, I'll have a replay of this. Thank you so much for sending me. Yo, Mike, he's like, dude, confirm your address because I forgot what it was. So I'm like, okay, he must be sending me something. And I get some pics, get these like big thing of pics in the mail. So I'm like, oh, cool, this is awesome. So take your pick. So on that note, real quick, I know we're kind of all over the place, but I did play with thick picks, and I actually went back to thinner picks. You know, you have to do what works best for you. So thanks, Mike. Thanks for doing that. Again, Mike's band is Ariel's Attic. I don't know if I mentioned that. He has a band called Ariel's Attic. I will try to remember to put that in the description of the YouTube video because they're a female-fronted band, and they're really, really awesome. Really unique sound, and him and his guitar player, they kind of sound, I'm reading a comment here too, yeah. They kind of sound like, their guitars kind of sound like Maiden and Judas Priest meet each other, you know, so really solid band. So thanks, Mike, again for, for sending those pics my way. Now, I want to talk to you, we kind of covered like what's best for rock style music, that harder rock style music, like the Dokken, you know, the Queensryche, the Scorpions. That was a huge band, you know, that I used to listen to a lot. Now I want to talk about metal. I want to get more into like anything, you know, from Metallica, Megadeth, to what sort of picks would you guys recommend? Yeah, maybe some folks will answer you on that. But this next guitar I'm going to show you is going to be more for like the Metallica, Megadeth, and all the way into like melodic death metal, which I use a lot of, which I do a lot of. So this is the guitar. Man, this has been my weapon of choice for a while now. I don't know, I've got the camera kind of, let me point that down a little bit so you guys can see some of what I'm doing here. But this has got the EMG 81 pickups in it. And I need to polish this thing or like wipe it off because it's got handprints all over it. So let's jam with this just real quick. Oh, I got to press the button. Hopefully you guys can kind of hear that. And Eddie says I should wash my hands. I should do that. It's funny. I had this thought in my head the other day. I'm like, you know, the good thing about being a guy is you really can get away with, you know, taking a leak without washing your hands. I'm not suggesting you do that, but anyway, so yeah, thanks, Ed. So guys, that is my LTD, it's the ESP LTD M1000 Deluxe. And this has been my favorite guitar for metal. You know, wow, I've seen so many comments on, I am not endorsed by ESP, not yet anyway. I hope they discover me and say, okay, Jason, we're gonna make a Jason Stallworth custom guitar. Man, I would just be ecstatic over that. But anyway, I'm not getting paid to do this. Of course, if anyone from ESP is watching this, feel free to send me a cool guitar. I'll feature it on here. For old time's sake, can you just play me something off Justice or Pup? Yeah, Eddie, I can do that, dude. Hell yeah, man. Guys, my good friend Eddie, if you guys look down in the comments and you see the pipe Nook, that's one of my closest friends and brothers in the entire, like, universe. I would say world, but let's just call it universe. And he's the owner of the Pipe Nook. If any of you guys are into like the old school, like the real tobacco smoking pipes, that's your dude. So go check his channel out. He's got a really cool channel, you know, called the Pipe Nook, and he's got an awesome community of people that you know, that smoke pipes. So definitely go check him out, guys. He is you know, he's a lifelong friend. So Ed, I'm gonna play some Metallica real quick for you, dude. I hope I don't suck this up, guys, because I haven't played any Metallica. I haven't played anything really cover-wise, you know, except for my own music. I'm covering my own music. So anyway, see if I can remember how to play this. But one of my favorite tunes is, the Blackouts, Killer McThompson. Sorry, I'm trying to read some comments, guys. My axe is the Jackson King. Jackson King would be awesome. Ooh, Cannibal Corpse. Oh, man, I love Cannibal Corpse, man. They play around here in Tampa quite a bit. Real quick, I know Ed had asked me to play some Metallica stuff, so real quick, probably my favorite Metallica song, or they're all really my favorites, but I love this one. Welcome to where time stands still. No one leaves and no one will. Moon is full, never seems to change. Just labeled mentally deranged. Dream the same thing every night. I see our freedom in my sight. No locked doors, no windows barred. No things to make my brain seem scarred. Sleep, my friend, and you will see the dream is my reality. They keep me locked up in this cage. You see, it's why my says rage. All right, there's some Metallica for you guys. I just want to throw that out there, man. I didn't want to sing too loud because if I do that, it's gonna like kill the sound with this mic here, man. This lapel mic. But yeah, guys, that's what I'm playing, the ESP M1000 Deluxe. This guitar, I actually bought this guitar used, and I kind of got away from buying used gear for a while because I had some bad experiences. Used gear, it's not like you can take it back. Oh man, you know what, guys? I just realized something. I've got my laptop over here and I can see your questions a lot better. I just realized that like halfway through the video here. Don't forget class 6. All right, so yeah, the EMGs are good. I'm just reading this last comment here by Anonymous, man. The EMGs, you're welcome, Eddie. Play you Metallica. I'll play you anything, anytime, dude. I love me some Eddie, guys. So I'm looking up here. Yeah, the Jackson King olive drab tune to A flat. Woo. I actually don't down tune, guys, at all. Yeah, I made a video about that. I'm not opposed to it. I might down tune one of my guitars. I was thinking about doing that to the Ibanez I showed you. Those who are just coming on, I featured, we're doing guitar talk today. I featured my Ibanez RG, my Prestige RG 1570, this one here, And again, I love the way this sounds. So, talking about pickups real quick, man. You've got these types of pickups, which are passive. They're the V8, V7, just the Ibanez stock pickups. Then you've got guitars like this, truly a metal guitar with a lot of fingerprints on it because I need to wipe it down or wash my hands, as Ed suggested. But these have the EMG active pickups. So I don't know that I really care for active over passive anymore. I used to really just go towards the active pickups because you get more edge with it. You know what I mean? But in playing that Ibanez, like again, I recorded the entire heavy metal workout album, the instrumental metal album I wrote a while back for working out, obviously, hence the name. But yeah, I recorded all the rhythm tracks with that Ibanez guitar, and I actually like the sound of that better. Anonymous says, I'd like to get the Ibanez RGA 42 FM. Dude, I'll have to look that up. Ibanez, that's the thing. They have so many different types of guitars, man. They've got like IGWZ 600,000 or whatever. And it's like, oh my God, can you guys just make like a few great guitars? But I guess, that's their market. So I get it, Archfiend of Shred. DDT strings are good for down tunings. Okay, that was a question. I'm glad you brought that up because that's a really good topic there. For low tunings. I've always used just really standard strings, man. I think they're 10 to 52 or 10 to 48, something like that. I can't remember. But I've been using Elixir strings for the longest time. And actually, I'm thinking about changing back, to something else. Now, I used Ernie Ball string. I put Ernie Ball strings on my acoustic a couple of weeks ago. We did that. I can't remember if I did a live session on that or I think I just shot a video on it. But then, I was raving about the strings, and then like 2 weeks later, I'm like, man, my guitar's going out of tune, the strings feel rusty. I'm like, okay, no more Ernie Balls. I'm sure Ernie Ball makes great strings, but just the specific ones I got were just, And I like the coated strings because I'm not a big fan of changing strings because all my guitars have a freaking Floyd. And I swear, the next guitar I get will not have a floating tremolo, man. It's just a pain in the butt, dude. So, Dean Markley, Blue Steel. Okay, I'll try that for, Decimus Black says, Dean Markley, Blue Steel. That's for acoustic, right? This is for my acoustic. So, I'll try those. Guys, there's another guitar I want to show you. I should have killed my volume before I unplugged my guitar. That's a newbie mistake. It's not cool for a guy who's been playing guitar for over 30 years. Here's the next beast that I have. And I know we're kind of venturing now from, really sorry about that. It's just kind of hard to turn around and turn this off back here. So let me let you hear this real quick, guys. I'll put the headstock up here so you can see what it is. Who's ready for some death metal? All right, guys, so this guitar, we're jumping from the 6 to the 7 string world now. This is the ESP E2 Horizon FR7s. So, yeah, 7 strings. FTW. Dude, I suck at... I really suck at, what do you call them, acronyms? You know, I said acronym. I sound kind of smart now. But I'm not sure what FTW means, dude. But yes, I think it means something real cool. So 7 strings, yeah, I love 7-string guitars. I'm going to be honest with you guys about something, and I haven't really talked about this too much publicly. Okay, for the win. Got it, dude, got it. FTW for the win, yes. So I have struggled with this guitar, not this guitar in particular, because this guitar plays just freaking amazing, man. Again, it's the ESP E2 Horizon FR7. So again, guys, I'm not endorsed by ESP, so I just want to make that clear. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. The only thing I'll really ever try to sell you guys is my music, like shameless plug, like my latest CD, Masterpeace. Go to jasonstallworthshop.com and you can pick that up. So, and I've got a lot of merch. So the only thing I'll ever try to sell you guys is like my own stuff, man. So let me just I see another one, FTW, F the world. I'm just typing this in real quick, guys, so you have it. This is how you can support me. And like I said, this isn't like a sales pitch here, but it kind of is. Crap, guys. I put the wrong link. I can't even type today. Let me try this again. Dude. All right, let's try it. I think I spelled my name wrong just now. So that's the link right there, guys. Okay, so Metal Sasquatch says Masterpeace is amazing. Dude, thank you for supporting that. Yeah, I actually got CDs made for this album. This is the first album I got CDs for. Actually, if you go to that link, guys, let me make sure that link works, by the way. I always like to test things after I put it out there. Okay, the link does work. That second link I put out there works. But yeah, I've got t-shirts for this. You'll find this shirt actually on the site as well. This is my Heavy Metal Workout 2 album shirt. And I've got the Keep It Metal mugs, but there's a new Keep It Metal design, so I want you to definitely check that out as well. Much cooler design than that one. I'm not saying don't get this mug. I mean, if you like it, definitely pick it up. It definitely helps me. But the design I have out, the new design, is way, way cooler. So yeah, Metal Sasquatch says, I do have the CD. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much for purchasing that. That really helps me. Ed, you think it's hilarious that I can play so fast, so accurately, and can't type. Thanks, dude. More coffee. But yeah. Yeah, dude, I can't type 200 words per minute, Eddie. There's no way, dude. And I'm a blogger, too. You guys know that. I don't know if you caught my latest blog post, too, on the jasonstallworth.com site. I just published a blog post on, I think it's like something like 7 ways to help you become a better guitarist. I'm going to be doing a video on that, by the way, because there's, my channel, guys, is all about helping you. That's like bottom line. Yeah, I sell my CDs, my music. I try to sell my merch and all that. That's how I make a living. But the goal of this channel is really just to help you guys become the best guitar player you can possibly be, and really best musician. I want to take it further than just a guitar player. So anyway, back to this 7-string beast. Yes, the ESP E2 Horizon FR7. Now, a backstory behind. Now, this is the guitar as well. That I recorded Masterpeace with. I recorded the entire Masterpeace album with this guitar. Rhythms, leads, everything. Actually, I think there was one lead part, and I don't even know which song it was. I think it was the very last song called Final Rain. Rain spelled R-E-I-G-N, like the cool way to spell it, not like rain, But really bad pun. But yeah, I think there's some solos on there that I actually recorded with my 6-string, my LTD, my M1000 Deluxe on that specific song. But no, I recorded the mostly 98% of the album, Masterpeace album, with this guitar. So the thing is, before I got this guitar, okay, I had actually ordered, and I actually had it because I did a review on this. This is way back a year ago. The LTD M1007 7-string guitar, and it had the Evertune bridge. And when I ordered this off Sweetwater, and this is how cool these guys at Sweetwater are, man. I ordered this guitar, and I called my rep, Ben Porter. He's still my rep. I just ordered something yesterday. I'll tell you what that is in a minute. But yeah, I called him, and like, dude, I love this guitar, but I'm missing my Floyd. I was wanting a guitar without a Floyd. And I don't know if it was so much the Floyd, but the other thing I experienced, and this is just me being an idiot, is the guitar, I couldn't bend my notes. I couldn't like stuff like... I couldn't bend my notes, and I couldn't get a lot of vibrato out of... I couldn't do that stuff on that guitar for some reason, and it was like the strings were, and maybe you guys might have some tips here, but the strings were they were smaller strings, same gauge strings I use now, but they were just so tight. So I couldn't do any bends, and it was like, it's hard to play. But then I later learned that I could have had that set up a different way so that the strings did feel a little looser, and I wish I had kept that guitar. I'm not saying anything bad about this one, but I called Ben and said, dude, I want this one now, since, I played that one, there's some things I didn't like. So he had me ship back the other guitar, and then he sent me this one. Of course, this costs like $1,000 more. And if I could go back in time, if I could be like Cher and turn back time, that was a super bad pun. Man, I should do a death metal cover of that. That'd be kind of cool. But anyway, so if I could go back, honestly, I love this guitar. This guitar is great. It plays amazing. But if I could go back, I think I would have, stuck with that guitar and just found out the proper way to set it up so that it played better. And the reason I say that is because this guitar, the frets on here, they're awesome. The action is super low, but the frets on the other guitar were a little bit, the frets on the other guitar, it was MH1007 is what it was. They were more of a jumbo style frets like my ESP LTD M1000 Deluxe. So you can't see it on camera, guys, but these frets here on this guitar are a little bit bigger than the ones on my 7-string. And this is easier to fret for me. And this guitar, I would say it plays slightly effortlessly than my 7-string. So it's kind of like, you are right. And what do we say? 7-string, Hyder, I can't pronounce your last name, dude, I'm sorry. But Hyder is saying 7-string without Floyd FTW. And I totally can't remember what FTW. We had several explanations for that acronym, and I don't remember any of them. I think F the World was one. Or For the Win. So, yeah. But, yeah, the 7-string without Floyd. Like I said, my next guitar will be without 7-string. So, who has a 7-string guitar on here? Yeah, for the win. Thanks, dude. That works. Send a comment on here. Type in a comment in the chat if you have a 7-string guitar, and let me know what 7-string you have. And also let me know if it has a Floyd or not. Because yeah, I'm totally not going for the Floyd next time. I use my whammy bar some, but very, very minimal. All right, next question on here. Somebody's asking me, what's the software used to get your metal guitar tone? And then we got another comment that says BiasFX. I do use BiasFX, but what you guys are hearing right now, let me pull it up real quick so you can see it. What you guys are hearing now, actually, you know what? I thought I was playing with a Fortin amp, but no, you're right. No, I am. I'm sorry. I'm confusing myself. Can you guys see that? That's the Fortin NTS plugin by Neural DSP. And that's actually one of my favorite, like for metal, for just like a pure metal, raw metal rhythm tone. That's been my go-to amp. So I'm too dumb for more than 6 strings. Yeah, I kind of feel that way. And I kind of got off track here. I was going to let you guys know that I've almost gotten rid of the 7-string several times. Like I've literally struggled with that because when I play my 7, and then I go back to playing my 6-string, it's like, oh my God, this is just so much easier. It's just so much better, you know. But the problem is, guys, I have been putting out so many 7-string videos, man. If you go to my YouTube channel and click on playlist, you'll see a 7-string lesson playlist, guys. I've gotten so many videos, and I've gotten so many like great comments, and I see that I've helped a lot of people with those videos, you know, overcome some 7-string challenges. So now I really do feel obligated to continue and accept the fact that, hey, I'm just a 7-string guitarist now. You know, I'll still play my 6 from time to time. So let me catch up on, just let me catch up on the comments here, guys. Never on the Floyd. Yeah, Floyd, you know, it's great if you do a lot of like dive bombs. I don't do anything like that though. When I use my whammy, it's very subtle. So, all right, so Dazzy, you're coming from bass, so not trying to bend the strings. Okay, coming with a heavy hand, plus I'm learning chords. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing, you know, I don't bend my strings. Well, I shouldn't say that. Like rhythms, I don't bend too much. I'll do some squills here and there, but when it comes to playing solos, I do a lot of bending, a lot of vibrato, because that just kind of gives your guitar solos a lot of life. So Jonathan says, I had a 7-string Ibanez multi-scale, but got rid of it. Yeah, dude, the multi-scale, man, I've seen those, and those just look weird to me. I mean, I really try to be open to new ideas and new things. I'm all about innovation, but I'm also about just being extremely practical. I mean, if you were to walk in my studio and, you know, you'd be like, Jason, dude, I thought you had way more gear than this. And I don't, guys. I mean, I got the 3 guitars I showed you. I've got a bass, my acoustic, my Talking Mini acoustics in the shop right now, getting new tuners and getting some touch-ups done to that. So I'll be sharing that with you guys soon. So, guys, the one thing I wanted to let you know is I've got a really kind of cool melodic death metal video coming out soon, exclusively here on YouTube. And I'm actually going to run this as a premiere. I just finished recording vocal tracks for it this morning, like just before I started. I was almost late to this live session, by the way. I was like almost late because I was recording vocal tracks. But I do want to boost my channel. You know, I don't want to be one of those guys like, well, it's all about having a lot of subscribers, but I do want to give this channel a boost because, again, this is part of what I do for a living now. Not really just YouTube, but music in general. So to do that, I want to provide a really cool melodic death metal version of one of the most popular songs that's out there right now. Not in the metal world. This song's not popular in the metal community, but it's a really soft kind of piano-based song, kind of ballady. I don't want to tell you guys what it is quite yet because I just want you to hear it. But I made a melodic death metal version, and I have my wife listen to it. She's going to approve it before I release it. But I'm going to be making a video to that. I'll be filming the video parts of that, you know, probably today and tomorrow. So I'm going to release that soon, guys, and I'll tell you more about that, you know, like here. I'll post some blog posts on YouTube. You know, you can do the blog posts on YouTube here and Facebook and Instagram. I'll keep you guys updated as to when that will be released because that will be a premiere. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited for you guys to hear that as well because you're going to hear like this really popular pop song, but you're going to hear a freaking killer melodic death metal version of it. So I think that's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. But guys, I'm looking through here and just trying to see if I missed anything. and I don't think I did. One last thing, guys. I'm gonna just plug this in one more time here. I'm trying to type and it's not typing. Hold on one second, guys. No, just I want to end with definitely if you guys want to support me, and I know that you do, thank you. Head over to jasonstallworthshop.com. I just put it in the comments there. That's where you can get any of my merchandise, guys, you buy. That helps me out tremendously, man. If you click on, real quick, if you click on bundles, if you go to that link and click on bundles, you'll see the Masterpeace CD and t-shirt bundle. And that specific bundle, I always ship my CDs from my shop here in Florida, but that specific t-shirt CD bundle is shipped from my shop. I'm giving a real good deal on that, man, because the t-shirts I got made from a really high-end local t-shirt shop here. You know, most of my other t-shirts are print on demand. You know, I have another, they're in another factory. They're quality t-shirts. I will only put quality stuff on my shop. But they're shipped from another location. But this specific bundle, if you're to buy the t-shirt and CD together under bundles, again, just go to jasonstallworthshop.com, click on bundles, then that's shipped directly from my shop here in Florida. And again, I was able to cut a deal because I got a really good deal from the local shop. Actually, the local shop messed up on the pricing, but because they had already quoted me that price, they did the right thing and stuck with it, because, you know, otherwise it would have been way too expensive for me to order the shirt, you know. Anyway, guys, so yeah, check that out. If you want to support me, that's the way to do it. And also, my music is on iTunes, Spotify, you know, all of those channels. Anywhere, just if you type in Jason Stallworth music, you're going to find me pretty much everywhere. So Masterpeace, the album Masterpeace is on that as well. So another question, do you do powerlifting? So I want to answer this before we go. Powerlifting or bodybuilding. I do work out, guys, so you know, something is, I've been probably just as passionate about that as I have been about playing guitar all these years. And I've been working out for about the same time. Actually, because you asked that question, I'm going to answer your question, I promise, but I want to show you guys something else real quick. I do more of bodybuilding style because that just fits my goal. You know, that's powerlifting's not something I was really good at, guys. I've tried it and I'm all about getting stronger. If you go, I don't want to detour you from my shop, but if you go to this site, if you go to Amazon, the link I just put out there, that's my book called Heavy Metal and Weights. I've actually got 2 workout programs in the book. So definitely check that out. That tells you just really my history of how I got into guitar playing and lifting weights and all that. But yeah, I do more bodybuilding style workouts than powerlifting. And guys, I might just do a segment on weightlifting. Let me know if that's something you guys want. In fact, on Instagram and Facebook, I posted just a workout tip the other day. I think it was Thursday, and I got a really good response from that. I don't want to turn this channel into a workout channel. That's not what it is. But if you guys, I'll always give you guys metal. That's my promise to you. You will always get metal from me in this. So that's just hands down, that's the culprit of this channel. But if you guys would like for me to start integrating some workout stuff into that, maybe do a playlist, I definitely have no issue doing that. Matt, what's up, dude? Thanks for joining, man. So yeah, so I've got some interest here. Another question is, I was going to end the video, but I'm getting some more questions, so I'm going to hang around a little bit, guys. So what do you think of other electric guitar brands, Gibson, Epiphone? Dude, I can't really say much about Gibson because I've only played a Les Paul and Epiphone probably like one time in my life, man. So I can't really speak to that. I know Gibson is getting a bad rap. I've been listening to what is Spectra Sounds, Glenn Fricker. He's been really just trashing Gibson, and I'm not that type of person that's really good. Even if something sucks, I'm not going to trash it. I just won't say much about it. That's just my personality. I would probably be a lot popular if I had a louder personality. It's just not me, though. Anyway, nothing against Glenn. He makes some really valid points though about Gibson and what they're doing. So yeah. But I don't know much about Gibson, man. I really don't know much about Gibson. Now talking about Gibson, going to the other side of the fence, I actually owned an American Fender Stratocaster, and it had the push button pickups. Homerik, guys, Homerik just joined. Make sure you check out his channel real quick, guys. I want to give him a quick plug. If you go back, him and I, Ken and I, Ken is his name. Homerik is a New York based, kind of like they're a metal band, but they've got their own, like subgenre, and it's more of a theatric style music. But yeah, check him out. Homerik's on there now. Check out his channel. Him and I we did a really in-depth, and let me find this link for you guys. I know I'm giving you guys all kind of links here, man. Sending you all over the place, but we did an in-depth recording tutorial video, so I want to send that to you guys real quick here, so just hang tight for a few seconds. I'm fast at guitar playing, but I'm kind of slow at everything else, man. That's just, how it is. All right, so let me find this video real quick, guys. Uploads. I got to go to my own channel, because I really want you guys to see this video, because it's called Build Pro Home Recording Studio Setup Guide with Ken Candelas. That's the name of the video. I'm just going to grab the link real quick because I really want you guys to see this. This video, guys, is about 40 minutes long. I'm just going to warn you ahead of time. It's a super long video, but it is super in-depth, man. Recording with Ken. So if you have when you have some time, check that out. Now, Pipe Nook. Eddie says, yep, that's what EVH and others did back in the day. Yeah. So Strat can metal if you proper pick. Yeah, Strats can metal, dude. I played a Strat one time in this guitar store. I used to give lessons at a guitar store many moons ago. But man, I played a Fender Strat that had been like souped up with a humbucker, and that thing, I wish I had access to that guitar. That was an awesome guitar. I was really broke back then, man. That was some bad days. We won't talk about that. Pipe Nook also says, yeah, ESP, ESP, Charvel, Jackson style guitars are basically super Strats. Yeah, you're right, dude, they are. And Eddie and I, the Pipe Nook down there, we used to play in a band called, I shouldn't even say this, man. We were called The Guys because we were just some cool guys hanging out playing music. But back in those days, and I was also in a band that Eddie, the Pipe Nook, he managed the first band I was in. We were called Palin Genesea. Now, some people thought it was funny to call us pagan gonorrhea. I didn't think it was too funny. But Palin Genesea was actually Greek for a new beginning. And we were kind of an alternative rock metal band with guitar solos, because guitar solos back in those days were dying. I did not let them die. I played them. So anyway, I had a Jackson, back to my point about, all these other brands, ESP, Jackson, these metal guitars are, like Eddie said, they're really like super Strat style guitars. And my Jackson PS4 Performer, that was an awesome guitar, man. I loved it. I had to pawn that many years ago, because this is during a bad time in my life. We won't talk about that. But yeah, I pawned it, man. I had to pawn this guitar like 3 times in a row. And by the 3rd time I was able to get it out, they didn't keep it in a climate controlled area, and all the stuff rusted on it. So it was just worthless at that point. So anyway, Dazzy, I can't pronounce, Dazicus Maximus. Yeah, I can pronounce it. You can do it. I can do it. He says, I have an old Charvel bass. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, Charvel makes some cool stuff. You're learning on a GNL Strat. I have played a GNL Strat. And, some of those guitars are cheaper, but man, I have played some really amazing cheap guitars before. You know what I mean? So just going back to my point I made about my 7-string, this thing was $1,900, by the way, guys. And again, the 7-string I had before that I traded in was like, I don't know, almost $1,000 less expensive. I wish I had stuck with that. Hot rails on my Mustang. Dude, I have never played, you're talking about the Mustang guitar, isn't a Fender Mustang? I think so. You know what, Matt? I'm not really technical. I'm not really technical at all. Like, people can talk circles around me when it comes to the technical aspects. Seriously, I'm just a dude in the studio that just loves to play. I don't even know theory. So I'm not technical from the theory perspective or the gear perspective. To be honest with you guys, I rely on you for a lot of the technical stuff, because a lot of you guys have just a tremendous amount of knowledge. Eddie, the Pipe Nook, he has way more knowledge of guitars and gear in general than I do. Yeah, he worked for a music store in Pensacola, which is my hometown. Ed, I think that was Blues Angels you worked for a while. So we got some more comments coming in, guys. Oh, rainy day in the UK. PJ, dude, PJ, thank you. He's saying I went through your 30 days of metal riffs. Guys, it doesn't matter what level you're at. if you go to my playlist on my channel, I have a playlist called 30 Days of Metal Riffs. There's literally like 30 plus guitar lessons in that series. So that's a really good series if you need some practice, things to practice to. So, Cadotus, I'm horrible at pronouncing, guys. I love my custom Strat. Scalloped fretboard. Oh my God, dude. I have never played a guitar with a scalloped fretboard, and I think Yngwie plays that. You know, Malmsteen plays a scalloped fretboard. That's probably why I can like blaze those arpeggios like all over the neck, man. Jonathan, you have an old Charvel Fusion. Cool. Best guitar. Yeah. So, you know, sometimes, dude, if you play, if you have an older guitar like that and it plays amazing, just replace the pickups and replace some of that stuff, and then, dude, you know, you can make a really old guitar sound amazing. So, Matt, you're asking me what pickups do you have on my guitars. I'll go through this again real quick, guys. I know I went through in the beginning. So let's start with the 7-string. The 7-string, and I didn't tell you guys this, the 7-string actually has EMG pickups, but they're EMG, what are they? I think 707s. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not really a big fan of these pickups in here. I think this 7-string guitar is a little, I don't want to say it's muddy sounding, because I was able to get really a lot of clarity on my Masterpeace album. You know, that album, really good clarity. But just playing, guys, I don't know. I'm just not, for EMG pickups, I really prefer the 81s here. I've got that on this guitar. This is the M1000 Deluxe. And real quick, my Ibanez, I was going over this earlier. My Ibanez, actually, this is the old RG1570 Prestige. This actually has the actual Ibanez V8, V7 pickups. I used to hate them, but I have learned to love them. They have just a phenomenal clean tone, and they give a punch that and they're passive. Those are passive pickups. They give a punch that I have yet to replicate out of any other guitar. So there's a lot of times, I'll say this real quick, guys, a lot of times your guitar tone is not so much about trying to sound like this band or that band or that band. A lot of times is trying to get a distinct tone that's yours. Now, a lot of that comes through your playing. I'll just say that right off the bat. A lot of your tone is in your hands, you know. So it's going to come from that. You develop your own signature style, and your tone comes from that. But yeah, I'm not really into trying to replicate somebody else's tone. You know, a lot of people ask me sometimes, well, how do you get a Killswitch Engage tone? I have no clue. I don't want to sound like Killswitch Engage. They have a great tone, but I want to sound like Jason Stallworth, and I want you guys to sound like you know. So Eddie is asking me the Pipe Nook. I love the Pipe. Dude, you coming up with that name was just awesome, man. The Pipe Nook. Just like, it sounds like a cool little shop I want to go hang out in. Do you have any? Yeah, Eddie, dude, I actually do have a collab, and that's when you're coming down. You're coming down here in a couple of weeks. Eddie, the Pipe Nook, owner of the Pipe Nook, he's going to come visit. He's in Pensacola. I'm in the Tampa area, so we're about 8 hours away. We're extremely close friends. He's family to me. And we try to hit a metal show down here in the Tampa area once a year, at least. He'll be down in a couple of weeks. We're actually going to see John Waite. Not so much metal, but hey, it's still going to be a really cool show. So that's really the next collab I have coming up. You know, my big thing I have coming up really is this cover song I just finished recording this morning it's a death metal cover of an extremely popular song. So I think you guys are going to enjoy that. I hope you like it better than the actual song itself, you know. So yeah, 30 days, the 30 days, thank you, Juice. Yeah, the 30 Days of Metal program, thank you so much, man. Yeah, it is a good program, guys. That's I might expand on that and make like a video lesson on that at some point. So yeah, Pipe Nook says, I'll say though, yep, it's true that most of your tone is in your fingers, your personal technique. Yep. Yeah, you have. You've heard me play $100 guitars and $2,000 guitars, and you know, that's just it, man. Hello from Russia, dude. Hello from, what time is it in Russia right now, man? There's so many places in the world I want to go. The only place I've ever been to out of the country, real quick, is to Thailand. My wife was born in Bangkok, and we've traveled all throughout Thailand, Chiang Rai, Chiang Mai, Pak Chong, Khao Yai. If any of my Thai friends are on here, I know it's late right now, but yeah, I'd love to visit Russia someday, man, and I'd love to visit. I know we got some people from the UK on here. That's kind of our next trip, but I'm trying to plan my trips around it being related to music. So on that note, if any of you guys are affiliated with a local music shop and you'd like to talk to them about getting me to come do a guitar workshop, maybe like an hour guitar workshop, we'll talk about how to construct and write different metal riffs and that sort of thing, or even just rock riffs, and you know, get me in touch with your local guitar store owner. I'd be more than happy to set something up and come to your town, even you guys in the States, you know. That's something I really want to start doing. So I have a lot of fun doing that. I enjoy teaching, guys. I really enjoy teaching like this. Sepultura. Man, I love Sepultura, dude. I saw the, oh yeah, Arise and Beneath are just freaking crazy, dude. Arise is great, but yeah, I saw Sepultura open up for Amon Amarth a couple of years ago. Man, that was amazing. It was either Amon Amarth or Testament. I may be wrong. It may have been they opened for I think they opened for Testament, which that was a great show as well. Oh, I've got someone from India on here. That's another place I want to visit, man. I've got quite a few friends in India. You know, I think most of you guys know I left my corporate job of almost 14 years 2 weeks ago. So this is what I do now. But yeah, I actually worked with many people from India, and I love the culture there. Most people were from Mumbai, some from Chennai as well, but really nice people over there, man. Greetings from Vegas. I absolutely love Vegas. I know I'm telling you guys I love everything, but I love people, I love places, man, and we love metal. But yeah, I do love Vegas. My wife and I got married in Vegas in Red Rock Canyon just in August. The video's here on YouTube if you go back, you know, a ways. But yeah, we got married out there, man. So it was really cool. So yeah, cheers from Poland. You know what? I will tell you guys this. Hello from Poland, Matt. Thank you for joining, dude. The majority of my Spotify listeners are in Poland. And I was really surprised to see that. You know, I go to my artist stats in Spotify, and yeah, you know, it's Poland first, and then I think UK, then US, where every other platform, the majority, especially iTunes, most of the listeners are US, Canada, UK, and Australia. But yeah, Spotify, man, Poland, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the support, man. I get mad support out of Poland, and I've never been to Poland. I'd love to go. That's another place. Yeah, Ken with Homerik, yeah, dude, clinics. Again, guys, if you're affiliated with a guitar store, if you have a local guitar store that you really like a lot, I love supporting mom and pop shops. But even if you have a guitar center or something like that, and you know the owners, you know the people that work there, yeah, drop my name, guys. Give them my link, and you know, put me in contact with them. I'd love to do some kind of workshop, some kind of clinic. You know, I enjoy doing that, so that'd be cool. It'd be a cool way for me to get to meet you guys, like in person, coming to your town. And it would, of course, I want to travel. I'm being a little selfish here. I love going places and just meeting people. So that would be cool to do that. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this gear talk today, guitar talk. It's been awesome. I've got one more question there. What about the first Megadeth album? You know, the first Megadeth album, I'm glad you mentioned this. Really thrashy, wasn't overproduced by any means, and I kind of like that. You know, today, and I'm not gonna knock any metal bands, because, you know, look, playing metal guitar, playing metal bass, playing metal drums, singing metal, it all takes an immense amount of talent. So you know, my hat's off, even though I'm not wearing a hat, but hats off to all of you guys who play. I don't care what level you're at. I don't care if you're a beginner, advanced. I don't care if you can do sweep arpeggios or if you can only just play chords at this point. It takes an immense amount of talent and dedication to be a guitarist for one, but also a metal guitarist. So, you know, that's, you know, kudos to all of you guys who play guitar and play music, man. It's just, you know, it's a commitment, right? So a lot of talent goes into that. And that being said, though, I think that metal bands have, or metal producers have, we just overproduce stuff these days, guys. You know, my next album, you know, I recorded Masterpeace and all my other albums using guitar plugins, using either Positive Grids, their Elite by SFX or whatever. But this next album that I record, I'm actually going to mic and amp. I just ordered, and Ken at Homerik and Eddie at the Pipe Nook, you guys, I appreciate this. I just ordered last night, it is being shipped probably Monday, the EVH 5150 350 watt head, and it's the one with the EL34 tubes. I'm gonna be playing out a bit more, but it's not just gonna be metal. I've got another side project that I'm in that plays more 80s style. So I just ordered that head. It's on its way. The cabinet's gonna be delayed. I think they're getting the cabs in like in March or something. So that's coming up. Matt, yeah, dude. Playing and singing at the same time is a nightmare. And Eddie at the Pipe Nook will tell you, I have struggled with that, and I still do today. I don't know if you guys caught this video I put out there a couple of months ago. I was gonna go play out, and I did play out, but I ended up playing acoustic instead of my own stuff. But I actually put on YouTube me playing right here in the room live one of my own songs. I'm singing and I'm playing because I wanted to practice my own music. You know, it's one thing to sit down in the studio and record music. You know, I can do this all day, every day. But like, you know, picking up your guitar and remembering all the lyrics and all the little nuances and how things flow together, you know, when you're playing and singing at the same time and all that, man, dude, it's a challenge. It's a beast. So, you know, kudos to any of you guys who do that. But yeah, Matt, that's, you can do it. Don't, please, Matt, don't say you can't learn it. You can. It just takes time, man. It's just some people catch on to things a lot quicker. You know, I remember lifting weights. I'll tell you a story real quick. And I've got this I kind of talk about this in my book, Heavy and Metal Weights, which is on Amazon. If you scroll back through, you'll see the links. Guys, I left a lot of links in here, so just scroll back through the chat. You'll see the links to my shop, jasonstallworthshop.com. That's an awesome way to support me, to buy my CD and merch. I left a couple videos, but I also left a link to my book, Heavy Metal and Weights, which is on Amazon. But I talk about that. When I first started working out, I was a super skinny guy, and I got picked on a lot. And you know, the thing is all these other guys around me just seemed to be bulkier and more muscular, and it was really a downer, you know. And it took me a very long time to get to any type. And I'm by no means am I a huge bodybuilder. That's just not me. I don't aspire to be that. But you know, I did pack on a bit of size between being like, you know, 18, 19 years old to about 25 years old. I am 44 now, so that was a long time ago. I'll be 45 in a couple of months in May 19th. But anyway, so I was very discouraged, but I kept pushing. So Matt, you know, please don't say that you can't do it. You can. You may have to spend more time on it. That's all. Guys, if there's anything that's keeping you from reaching your goal, it's just the time and dedication and commitment that you put into it. That's all. Again, some people pick up a guitar, man, and they just start playing. It's almost like, man, they're just, you know, a month into it and they're awesome already, while other people will struggle to play guitar solos for like 2 years. And if you practice that specific method, you will get good. If you practice singing and playing, you will get good. You'll wake up one day and be like, wow, I can do this now. Oh, man. Matt, thank you for adding. Yeah, thanks, dude. Thank you for adding my music to your playlist. I really appreciate that. All right, guys, so I'm going to wrap this up, man. We've been talking for quite some time now, which I love doing this, by the way. This has been freaking awesome. And real quick, I'm going to show this last comment here. F overproduction, do it live and do it raw, make mistakes and be proud. You know what, yeah, I agree with you to an extent. I don't like the overproduction. You know, for someone like me who's a solo artist, I can't really play everything live, but you know, I do get what you're saying. You know, there's a fine line. There's that line of just, you know, of extremely raw, like live album, and those are great, to this overproduction. You know, I like to find that middle ground. You know, I like recording in tracks. Again, I'm a solo artist, so I do everything here in the studio, and I hire the drums out to a real drummer to do. You know, you guys know Cameron Fleury. He's pretty popular on YouTube. He did the drums for the Masterpeace album, and you know, he just sent the files to me. But on your note, thrash heavy rhythm, on your note there, dude, I didn't really touch up his drums at all. I just took the raw mix, I added an EQ and just made little adjustments here and there. And even though I used plugins for the guitars, I didn't add anything after that. A lot of people will add compressors and limiters and blah, blah, blah and all that. Even the vocals, guys, my vocals on there, and I'm not the greatest vocalist in the world, you know, I'm not going to claim to be, but, you know, I felt like I could do a good enough job for my own music. But even the vocals, man, I've just got a compressor EQ, like a regular vocal plugin. There's a little reverb in there. There's some delay in certain parts, but it is not overproduced by any means at all. So, And even when I went down to the mastering, you know, Mike Olson, who I mentioned earlier, with Ariel's Attic, you know, he's been mastering all my albums, and we talked about this. I'm like, I don't want it to sound like every other metal album. There's a standard, right? So you have to fit that standard somewhere. You know, you don't want it to sound so unpolished that you can't tell what's going on. The mix has to be good. But again, I don't want it to be so polished that it just sounds robotic, you know, like the 80s robot, bad robot there. Anyway, so yeah, so I agree with you, man. I want more of the raw sound. You know, it needs to be produced a little bit. There needs to be some production in there. So just really, and that's really the mixing and mastering part of it. You know, you want the levels mixed. The bad part about the raw mixes, a lot of times you can't hear the kick drum or the bass guitar, or it's overpowering. So you don't want that, right? You know, but yeah, I do agree. I'd rather have a more raw version than an overproduced version any day, all day. So thank you for posting that, man. That's a really good topic, you know, to discuss. So guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. You know, just do me a favor, guys. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Share my videos. Pick my favorite videos. Share them on your social media. And again, I'm going to type this one more time in here, guys, just so if you want to support Jason Stallworth and my music so that I can continue doing this, which I'm going to continue doing this anyway, definitely head over to my shop. I just put that in the comments there. So definitely head over to my shop, jasonstallworthshop.com. I've got the Masterpeace. I hope I spelled my name right this time. I did. I screwed up earlier. I've got the Masterpeace CD there. Got a Masterpeace t-shirt as well. Again, if you click on bundles on that website, you'll see the t-shirt, not this shirt. I sell this shirt online too. It's my heavy metal workout shirt, by the way. So, but yeah, I have the Masterpeace t-shirt and CD bundle at a discounted price because I got a really good deal on that on the t-shirt. So I'm just passing that savings on to you guys. I ship that bundle directly from my shop in Florida. But you know, scroll through the shop though. I've got the Keep It Metal mug, but I've got a brand new design. I haven't ordered my own mug yet, which that's coming soon. But there's a much cooler Keep It Metal design. So just scroll through there, you know, and just check out all the merch on there, guys. So I appreciate it. Thank you once again, guys. Until the next video, as always, keep it metal. Now I've got to find the off button. Here it is.